now joined courtside by head coach Buzz Williams. And, Buzz, we go back to what we talked about in the pregame, which is usually an extension of what you talk about in practice. And you said better one-to-one or man-to-man in terms of the help from coming up from the baseline and also on your end one-to-one offensively. And I thought you guys were excellent in those areas tonight.
No doubt. I think part of the reason why we've been on a streak is our guys are playing to the scouting report defensively, and our staff, as I told you guys Monday night, our staff has done an incredible job of putting together the game plan, and I think that our team is maturing in regards to what the scouting report offensively needs to be. Obviously, the offensive scouting report doesn't change that much. We have a style, a brand that we want to play offensively. I think that we have that same thing defensively. But when you get to the 17th game of conference play and it's a mirror opponent, there are no secrets. Everybody's watched Synergy. Everybody's watched every game. Everybody knows what's coming. I'm looking at Coach, and as soon as he calls a play, I'm hollering, in essence, what the play is. And I'm not saying that they're not doing the same exact thing. They're a great staff. But it's the details and the maturity to execute those details. That's the separator. And I think that in this run, we were 5-8 the last time we played Miami, and we'll be 9-8 when we play them this time. And I think that it speaks to the character of our guys and the maturation over the last whatever that is, that they understand and are able to execute it.
When this game started, I thought it looked like an old Big East game.
It
was a struggle.
It was.
Down 9 there.
Rock. Rock was at South Florida my last 2 years as the head coach at Marquette. That was when it was the old Big East. That was before it all started turning to what it's turned into. South Florida goes to the American, whatever that is, and we're walking in at halftime, and Rock goes, "You love this. This is a rock fight. This is a Big East game." And I go, "That's what it is. That's the way it feels." That was the points per possession feel. That was the time of possession feel. So yeah, I thought it did have a lot of. It kind of harkened me back to that for sure.
That's funny. It's exactly the same thing we were talking about when you were walking off the floor. I want to go back to something we talked about all the way back in your first road win of the season against Radford. We talked about transition recognition and where the guys were on the floor. I thought it was good that night. We talked about how it was developing early in the season. I thought it was exquisite tonight. There was a couple of plays where it seemed like the guys just knew where the other guys were on the floor.
Astute point. Probably the best thing I've heard you say. That you have to really pay attention to say that. I mean that sincerely. Here's the thing. You're 1,000% right. How can you sneak a basket? Like when you're in a rock fight, how can we sneak one? Well, we can sneak some at the free throw line, but we can't sneak one in a dribble break. In other words, we can't gain possession on a defensive rebound and then dribble it up. You're playing against a set defense. And one of the things that we've been doing in practice over the last couple of weeks is a drill we did in late October, early November. It's one of those early transition offense teaching tools, and it's an advantage-disadvantage deal. And we just brought it back because it makes you throw the ball ahead. You can't dribble it up. And that's been really good for us. I know whatever it was, 6-8 points in transition that we scored. Hey, but 6 or 8 points may be the difference. And I do agree completely. We're playing in space much quicker in the possession, and that's healthy.
How about Devin Wilson? Had to play extended minutes because of the foul trouble of J-Rob. Makes 3 out of 4 shots. Did you think it was your night when he made that 3? I saw you smile over there.
Man.
We saw him shoot around.
I was standing right behind him. That guy's tough as nails now. I mean, he is tough. And I'm not saying that you can't be tough and shoot, but I think he was shooting 18% from 3 going into tonight. I think he had made 1 3. It may have been 2 threes. He made 1 off the glass, so he made 2. So, man, that was a big shot, late clock. And the reason why I liked it is he was tough enough to go, here, I'm shooting it. And normally when you're shooting it to make it like he was, good things happen.
How good did that feel for him and for you? Because, of course, he's a Pittsburgh guy. I know he wasn't happy with his performance up there. None of you guys were. You've said that candidly, as is all the guys. They were ticked off, for lack of a better term, and they kind of alleviated a lot of that tonight.
Yeah, I thought again, the ambiance and the spirit that our guys have been playing with, not that we didn't show them Pitt, not that we didn't talk about our deficiencies on the road, but we're just in a different place. And that does not necessarily mean that we were going to win tonight. Pitt's a good team, but I just think that our spirit and our maturity, we're just in a different place. And I'm glad that our guys were rewarded. And I think Devin, regardless of where he is from, even though statistically tonight was actually a really good night for him, normally he's a little better from the free throw line, as are we as a team. But what he gives us defensively is absolutely critical to what we've been able to do.
Only 8 turnovers tonight. You shared the
That's all
ball
we
very,
want.
very well in the second half and shot a high percentage. You got momentum going into the last game and into the tournament.
Well, the thing is again, that's part of our guys are playing to our scouting report offensively. You know, one of the things that why we had 20 turnovers at Pitt, we call them P dribbles. In other words, we're just dribbling in the same place, peeing all over ourselves. That was what we talked about tonight. Everything has to be a one more. Everything has to be 2 dribbles or less, and our guys did a really good job with that.
P dribbles means something else when you're at Mike and I's place in life, but we better leave it there.